live in the same room together for, I don't know, how long has it been since we've done this?
I don't know. Long fucking time.
It's been a while, man.
At least a couple months.
Been a while, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're finally in the same fucking room for once. Like, normally we do this over Skype and shit, and, you know.
And face all kinds of trouble with Skype.
Yeah, and, you know, technology and whatnot, but, like, we actually have our shit together here. You got a nice setup and whatnot.
I wouldn't call it nice, but I have a setup, yeah.
Well, it's nice because it's working.
Yes. Okay, yeah, by definition
so
then.
by definition, it's working, it's nice.
It's nice. We have very low standards here. It works. Cool, it's good.
Trust me, if you saw me, you'd be like, yeah, he's got low standards. Oh, yeah.
So what's up, man? What you been up to? Saving any more lives?
No.
No?
No. No, it's like Spider-Man. Everybody gets one. No, man, just just looking for a different employment and surviving.
Surviving.
That's pretty much the best way I can put it. Just surviving.
I don't know why, but that reminds me of Walking Dead. Are you still checking out Walking Dead or no?
No, I kind of tapped out of it.
Yeah,
I was
we did
like,
too.
All right.
Yeah, we did too. I mean, I know what happened in the first episode of this season, but
Yeah.
I just don't give a fuck, honestly.
Like the only thing that came out of that I thought was really, really funny is like you see like those cars that have like the windshield wipers that go like back and forth on the back rim.
Oh yeah.
Somebody made it look like the bat wrapped with barbed wire and whatnot, and then put a picture of Abraham under one end and then a picture of Glenn on the other one. I was like, all right, you won the internet for the day. That is fucking,
that's awesome.
That is fucking brilliant.
That's really funny, man. We were just talking actually before we started this about like how I was listening to that Joe Rogan podcast with Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
One of the things, Kevin was getting a little upset with Joe because Joe mentioned that he no longer watched The Walking Dead because of that first episode or whatever, and his reasoning was because like, before on the show they showed them like the zombies could like tear open a horse and shit. Like they're supposed to be really fucking strong. They like just tear open bodies. Like with their bare hands and shit.
Now it's like a good stiff breeze just blows them over.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Now characters are just doing the Heisman thing, and like they're like, okay, you win. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard. I mean, it is a zombie story, so you have to suspend your disbelief already. But
yeah, but it's.
But at the same time, could you be a little consistent from episode to episode? Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, it's also like, you know what, man? Like the whole like, like. As soon as they came out with Fear the Walking Dead, I was just like, oh, man, I'm going to be tapping out soon. Because it's like, I don't give a fuck about these characters. Yeah. Well, we were showing what happens, in the other parts of the country. And it's like, no.
I don't care.
Nobody gives a fuck. Like, everybody's already put their time in, like, invested their time into these characters.
Right.
Like, The Walking Dead is Rick's survival story. Oh, we can keep making episodes without Rick. Like, no, you can't.
Yeah, well, you can, but it's not going to be as interesting.
But it's not going to be the same.
And the other thing, too, is I feel like when they came out with Fear the Walking Dead, it was not really their attempt to explain the origin, but sort of, yeah, and they kind of wanted to tackle a little bit of the origin. And one thing that I really liked about Kirkman's approach to the whole thing, like from the comic books, was that, like, you don't know the origin of how it happened. It's just, this is what it is, you just deal with it.
Like, not only that, but, like, in the first season, when they go to,
the CDC.
CDC,
yeah.
And the guy pretty much says, like, look, we're all infected. Like, this could happen to you even if you don't get bit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, where the fuck has that been?
Yeah, really.
Like,
yeah, they haven't mentioned that in a long time,
like
have they?
Like, the closest they kind of came to it was when they were in the prison and everybody was getting sick and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, like, even in the like that came from the comics, and it was because, the food was poisoned and whatnot.
Right.
Not really poisoned, but,
But contaminated,
it was contaminated, but I was just like, well, wait a minute, wouldn't fire fucking, like, kill that shit?
You would think.
Like, pretty much every disease on the planet, like, if you burn it, fucking, it dies.
Yeah, for the most part.
Like, well, shit, this is the super virus George Carlin was warning us about.
Yeah.
The one that turns your vital organs into liquid shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. I tapped out of that show, too, man.
Yeah, I'm just, Not only that, but like 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock on Sunday nights. It's like
yeah. Like, I gotta go to fucking work the next day. Like I don't know if you work every Monday, but
more Mondays than not.
Yeah. So are you really gonna stay up till 10? Like, and then the show's like an hour. Well, that first premiere that they did where they killed Abraham and Glenn, wasn't that like an hour and a half or 2 hours or something?
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half or 2 hours, something like that.
That's like Liz was watching the Gilmore Girls that just came out. You know how they just redid the Gilmore Girls, whatever?
Yeah.
Fucking that premiere was an hour and a half. It's like, why don't you just do a movie, for Christ's sake? Like, at that point, it is a movie. Like, you might as well just watch a movie.
Yeah. Anyway, since it's on Netflix, I hate how they have, like, that, like, you know, they'll, like, fade to black and then bring it back in, like, a new scene, like you're watching a TV show. It's like, motherfucker, you don't even need
Right. Just take out the goddamn commercial spots.
Like, I understand it being there for, like, other shows, like, for, like, say, Archer or, like, some other show, because, yeah, that's where they go to the commercials.
Right. Like, if it already had the commercials built in, you mean?
Yeah, like, it already had the commercials built in and whatnot, and Netflix is just like...
But surely they can edit that in a way that... Or surely that took more time for them to put in those fades and shit that they could have just left out.
Yeah. Like, the thing that I would like to see Netflix do, though, is, like, when they come out with, like, a new TV show, like, if they, like Gilmore Girls or whatnot, or one of their original shows, whatever have you, just release the episode week by week. Like, one episode 1 week, the next episode the next week. Just
isn't that how they're doing it now?
No, that's not. No, they just, like, here's everything.
Really?
Yep.
They just released the whole season? And
just released the whole fucking season.
So, like, the Gilmore Girls, for example.
Yeah.
They just dumped the whole season.
Yeah,
of
like,
the whole...
like, Trailer Park Boys, like, they released everything. Here it is. Full, like, whatever season.
That's fucking stupid.
It really is, because, like, people binge watch it in, like, a fucking day.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I can't wait for the new episode. It's like, well, motherfucker, you could have, like, delayed it a little bit by, like, just watching it like a regular TV show.
Right. It's bad enough, like, you know, back when you watched The Walking Dead. Oh, did you watch the most recent episode? Like, but at least you had a week or something to catch up, you know?
Like, the next week they would replay the episode beforehand, like, an hour beforehand, just be like, oh, hey, in case you missed it, here's how you can catch up. Or, like, hey, here's this on-demand service. You can catch it on fucking Wednesday during your time off, whatever.
And in this case, it's like, you better hope your friend is in sync with your viewing habits, because otherwise you'd be like, hey, did you see episode 7? Or like, hey, did you watch that whole series? Like, no. Like, oh, man.
You missed it. Fucking Rick wet himself again.
Yeah.
Just crying like a little bitch.
That's crazy. I don't like that at all. That's a terrible change to the television format.
It really is, because, like, I think my problem with it, though, is, like, you know, I'm so used to, like, you know, here comes the next week, here comes the next episode and whatnot, and Netflix is like, fuck that, here's all the episodes, watch at your leisure. Yeah. So it's like, well, you know, you don't have to do that.
It kind of gave you something to look forward to.
Yeah,
as well.
I was like, you know, and, like, you know, when the new episode comes up, say it's like Sunday night, I'm like, you know what, it's too late. I got Monday night off. You know, I can just watch it then.
Yeah.
You know, then there it is. Okay, up for the world to see. Not a problem.
But not everything immediately.
No.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I agree. I think that's horseshit.
I will say, though, there is one thing that would get me to watch The Walking Dead again.
What's that?
If they had Mick Foley come on there with a barbed wire bat and just go, Negan, you bitch!
Or have Mick Foley versus Abyss. What was the...
Lucille as the bat.
Was that his, too?
No, it was Barbie.
Barbie. Yeah, there you go. Fucking A.
Just Terry Funk just running around.
Chainsaw Charlie?
Yeah. No. You just see him just running around in, like, the background. You just hear in the very faint, like, background, you hear...
I was actually going to be like, how come no one in The Walking Dead uses a chainsaw? And then I thought, noise.
Noise.
Gas, yeah. But I was thinking, like, you know, Ash would do pretty well in the zombie apocalypse, but maybe not.
Maybe not.
He'd be attracting a lot of attention.
He'd survive for a little bit, which, I mean, that's a good show, too. Ash vs. Evil Dead.
I've never seen it.
It's actually really good.
Does it actually have Bruce Campbell in it, though?
Oh, yeah.
And is he Ash?
As Ash, yes.
No shit.
Damn.
I'm going to have to check that
fucking,
out.
who's the director for Evil Dead? Fucking Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Him and his brother wrote and directed the episodes.
Didn't Raimi, this kind of brings it back to what we were talking about off air before, too. Didn't Raimi direct the first couple Spider-Man flicks?
Yeah, the first 3 ones, yeah.
Yeah, with Toby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of.
See, a lot of people... I will say, I didn't like 2. I never saw 3. But I didn't think 1 was all that bad.
I didn't think 1 was bad. I thought it was very comic booky.
Well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I get it, but, like, you know, they're always going, oh, we're going to be realistic about this. And it's like, well... I mean, if it was going to be comic booky, he would have the fucking web shooters, not like, oh, they're just
out of
like,
his wrists.
They're just built into his body, whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they definitely took some stupid ass liberties, but
Yeah, but like the first one, I mean, it wasn't bad. Like I thought Willem Dafoe was a really good choice.
Yes.
Like he could pull that shit off.
Yeah, but who was it that made the thing that it looked like action figures talking? Was that Kevin Smith who said that? Or?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, that is one point of contention I could agree with. But I mean, when it comes to Spider-Man, that's kind of just something you have to deal with. That's sort of the nature of the suit. I mean,
yeah,
but the thing that chaps my ass with comic movies is that they always have to do the origin story.
Yeah, anytime there's like a reboot or whatnot, like. Like you look at the first, like even the last Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 3 and the time to Amazing Spider-Man. I think it was maybe like 6 or 7 years, something like that.
And both of those reboots, I'm sure, did the origin story, right? Of him getting bit by the spider, becoming.
Well, like the Tobey Maguire one, like I get, like okay, it's the very first like Spider-Man movie, like all right, I get
right.
It.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
but then to do it with Andrew Garfield, and then again with this new guy,
they haven't done it with a new guy.
They haven't?
They haven't.
Do we know if that's what they're going to do? I mean, presumably, right?
No, they're not going to do that.
They're not?
They're
not.
Thank
God.
They're just going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. You guys know who Spider-Man is by this point.
Thank God they finally recognized that. But you were showing me that...
the trailer,
and Keaton's going to be the Vulture.
Fucking web wings, dude. Fucking finally.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, because there was a teaser trailer that was released, like, days before that. It was, what was it? Tom Holland. As the kid that plays Spider-Man, he's looking down, like, one of Tony Stark's guys comes into the room and is like, what the hell are you wearing? He's like, well, it's my suit. It's like, you didn't see the case? What case? The case is on the bed over there. Goes over, sees the case, there's a little note, thought you would need an upgrade, TS. Goes to a next shot of him, like, where that the helicopter was behind him.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, alright, time to show this off. Does the backflip, fucking web wings. I was like, take the money. Take all of the money.
So the explanation then is that Tony Stark made the suit for Spidey?
Yeah, like it's even explained in like Civil War. It's like you see him like through video, like just swinging around like the city, like stopping crime and whatnot. He's got like a ski mask on and fucking goggles and shit. Like very, very homemade. Like picture like the first like Spider-Man suit that you saw Tobey Maguire in. Like,
like when they use sweatpants and shit.
Yeah, like shit like that.
Bonesaw's ready.
Yeah. Did yeah.
Is he gonna do wrestling in the?
No.
I mean, him getting. I actually kind of like the idea of him getting the suit from Tony Stark because I mean, even in the comics, he made it himself. But even then, like, you look at that suit with all the webs on, and you think, how did this high school kid manage to pull off this fucking?
Yeah, but I mean, if you know about the character of Peter Parker, like the cat's a fucking genius.
Well, yeah.
Like created the web shooters and whatnot. You know, the cartridges that go in there that holds like 20.
And he's an expert sewer.
Yeah,
he's a damn of a seamstress. Is what
exactly.
Damn good seamstress. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
He's all like knit 1, purl 2, or whatever.
But yeah, Stark was just like, all right, we're gonna upgrade that. We're gonna get you something a little better. You know, and then it goes to the airport scene where they're fighting Captain America's team and whatnot. You know, there he is in the fucking. The new spandex and whatnot, and fucking with the shield and whatnot. It's just like, oh, that's awesome.
Why are they fighting Captain America though?
Like you know the story about Civil War, right?
Vaguely.
Okay, yeah, it was basically the same thing. It was like it takes place after the Avengers Part 2 with Ultron like trying to destroy pretty much the planet by like lifting this whole like city up in like Africa. And then just making it collide on the Earth like a fucking meteorite.
Oh, and just create like a big like wave and shit
just, like just destruction all around.
I see.
So, governments around the world pretty much say like, look, these guys are left unchecked. This is what they're doing. Blah blah blah. You know, we need to keep these heroes in check. And Stark is like, yeah, we need to be kept in check. And you know, the audience is like, well, no, really, you need to be kept in check because you're the one that was fucking responsible for that one. But Captain America's fighting against it. He's like, no, we shouldn't be, like, because, like, suppose some bad stuff is going on in the world, these guys are going to have to meet in order to approve if we get deployed to go and stop them. He's like, that's fucking bullshit. So it's them fighting about that. And, like, the thing that they changed from the comics was like while they were battling and whatnot, Spider-Man looks around, he sees like there's like civilians getting hurt and whatnot. He's just like, screw the fight, and, he's rescuing people, and that's when they both realize like, oh shit. Yeah, but like it was pretty badass because you had so many fucking characters in there. Like Vision was done really well. Black Panther was done really well. Black Widow looked hot.